What's up, guys? Dan here from DNR Sports. Took a couple days off on these team reviews, but we're hopping back on it with arguably the best team in the league, the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of shifting going on this team this offseason that isn't really being talked about, and I think it's pretty important that we go over it before the season starts. I've been seeing some wild things about them being the favorites to go completely undefeated, which of course they are probably the most likely, but some pretty good odds on it. So. Let's get right into it. All right. Obviously, we got Chad Henne at quarterback now. We got Pat Mahomes at quarterback. Chad Henne, he's his backup. Same old, same old. Pat Mahomes, obviously, the best quarterback in the league currently, and that's coming from an Aaron Rodgers fan. He's just the best. I saw a thing on Instagram today saying he's the favorite to lead touchdowns. Obviously, like he's going to obviously be that, but it was 37 his projected touchdown total. 37. You really think in 17 games this year? So that's 34 if you multiply that by two. So he's getting about, I don't know, 2.1 ish touchdowns per game. That's what they think. Nah, this man's getting 50. Fuck that. Fuck that. He's getting 50. Um, some of the odds are pretty insane. Anyways, we don't really need to waste much time on Patrick Mahomes. He's the best. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Rookie season was all right, but I mean, yardage wise, like he broke the 1K mark. He had a good first game. He got above 20 touches a couple games, but that was pretty underwhelming. Especially I was someone who drafted him within the first 12 picks of last year's draft. That was very underwhelming. Pass catching was pretty lackluster the entire season. He didn't really he was the starter, but it wasn't convincing. If they had any type of other real running back instead of Darrell Williams behind him, he could have had a pretty good run for his money. Once again, it is the Chiefs' offense. We know they don't play through the running backs. If we look at the run pass percentages, let's take a look here at what teams pass the most. Kansas City Chiefs at 62%. This is even more impressive when you think about they're winning most of their games. It's not even like they're throwing from behind. It's just they just only throw the damn ball. Clyde's fine for what they have. I do think it'd be nicer. He's only 5'7" ish. It would be nicer if they had more of a bowling ball in there just to punch in some goal line stuff. I mean, they're so good in the goal line, it doesn't really matter. So behind him, we got Darrell Williams still. He's never going to leave, it seems. And then we got Jerick McKinnon, their new signing from San Fran. Jerick is a very talented player, especially back in his Minnesota days. Very good pass catcher. I think that's why they brought him in, because they saw Clyde just didn't have it in him to catch enough passes last year, so they're going to bring Jerick in. He's kind of like Darwin Thompson, who's the fourth stringer, honestly. They're both that small type of quick twitch pass catching running back. Just Jerick has more experience, and he's proved that he's a better player. Darwin hasn't proved anything yet. So I could see Jerick being a very late sleeper in fantasy. I would not waste much on him. He'd probably waiver wire pick up in most leagues. But if Clyde ever goes down, Jerick's a decent option, and I think it'd be a fun little gadget player that Andy Reid will love to use this season. Next up, got the receivers. Obviously, Tyreek Hill, the fastest receiver in the game. Mecole Hardman, who just beat Henry Ruggs, and Justin Jefferson, and what am I forgetting? The Bucks linebacker Devin White in that 40-yard race. So this team is quite fast. We already knew that. Nothing changed there. Let's go take the Kansas City snap counts from last year. Let's look at these receiving numbers. So Tyreek is obviously 80 to 90% every single week. There's a couple weeks where he'll get injured, whatnot. But I want to show you guys. Everyone is such a big Mecole fan. Like everyone wants Mecole to be the next thing. Last season he was getting drafted crazy high. This season he's getting drafted pretty high. Let's actually look. I like to look at player profile here to see the average draft position. They do this neat thing here. Let's go up here to Mecole Hardman. They do this neat thing at the very top. They show you the Underdog ADP. Underdog's one of those, like DraftKings, FanDuel type sites where it's like those best ball drafts. So currently he's the pick 110 overall, slowly climbing the ranks. It's not crazy ADP or anything, but everyone loves that idea that he's going to be Tyreek Hill, and I just don't see it. Let's look at these snap counts, boys. Tyreek Hill, 80 to 90. Demarcus Robinson, he's anywhere from 40 to 80. Even a 95 one week. And yes, Mecole played that week. Demarcus Robinson, whether you guys like it or not, especially without Sammy there. Look, Sammy didn't play. 95%, 67, 55, 81. they kind of both, Mecole and DeMarcus, hand in hand increase without Sammy there. Mecole may have slightly more playing time, but he didn't break 70% once last season. In fact, let's see. Let's count the games under 40% or 40% under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games he played under 40% of snaps. That's not great. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same receiving core last year, guys. Don't get wrapped up in Mecole. He's fast, whatever the fuck. Demarcus Robinson is literally the same thing, basically. He's just slower, but like he gets more snaps. So, I mean, let's not go overboard on the Mecole love. Obviously, Travis Kelce, looking at the snaps, he's the GOAT, dude. He's getting all of it. Why? Like, we don't even need to talk. Look, oh, Blake Bell, Noah Gray, Nick Keizer. Who the fuck are they? It doesn't literally matter. The main part of this video that, in doing my research, I found to be pretty intriguing was this O line. So we got Orlando Brown Jr., the great tackle, great left tackle from the Ravens last year, coming in. He's good, obviously, but O lines we know need chemistry, as we see with the Colts every year. They have like the same group that they always keep. Like that year, Quentin Nelson came in. It was like everyone stayed the same from the year before, and they just added the one great lineman. It was fine. So Orlando Brown Jr. obviously great coming in, but no chemistry. Then Joe Thuney coming in as well from the Patriots. No chemistry. He's fine, just no chemistry. Then Austin Blythe coming in from the Rams at center. No chemistry. Laurent Duvernay Tardif didn't even play last year. He was out because of COVID. He just opted out. No chemistry. I'm not sure if they're going to start Kyle Long or Andrew Wiley over him, but currently I'm just going by what ESPN has here as the starters. And then Mike Remmers wasn't even a starter last year. He didn't play at all. So this O line, yes, they made a lot of signings, and that's very nice to see that they're improving it. That's what we want to see. It's just we got to see within those first 5 weeks what that chemistry is looking like. Is it going to be Patrick Mahomes running for his life like in the Super Bowl, or is it going to be Patrick Mahomes dropping 50 bombs at every team? I think by the end of the season, which is what matters, playoff time is Super Bowl time, I think this O-line will probably be fine. Like, they'll figure out what they got to figure out. But I do believe, let's not go over the top on Chiefs love for the first, 4 to 6 weeks. Just let's take it easy. Watch this O-line. Watch how they work together. It's the Chiefs. They'll figure it out. But I just want to be a little cautious in those first few weeks. Looking at the defense, most of their D-line and linebackers are, the same. They're all right. D-line, obviously good with Chris Jones and Frank Clark. Same old, same old. The thing I want to look about is these DBs. This is very weak. This DB group is very weak. Besides Tyrann Mathieu, so it's Tyrann Mathieu and then L'Jarius Sneed, who was decent last year and came up in the playoffs a decent amount. But his snap share for the whole year. Let's look at this. Go down to DBs, guys. Player Profiler, absolutely freaking amazing site. His snap share was 53% last year. He's not even a starter. Actually, let's just go straight to the Kansas City. What am I doing? Straight to the football guys snap share column. So we got Daniel Sorensen playing about most of the safety snaps along with Tyrann Mathieu, and we got Charvarius Ward most of the cornerback snaps. Bashard Breeland's gone. Rashard Fenton, he had most of the snaps. L'Jarius Sneed also had a decent amount. So nobody's a stud here besides Tyrann. With that being said, Charvarius Ward, do a little research here. He's got, I believe it was a 107.6 passer rating allowed. That's number 61 overall. He's their number 1 corner, and he's number 61 in the league. That's not good. So, a little scary there. I don't love the defense. Let's just say, if Patrick Mahomes was not on the Chiefs, yes, Tyreek and yes, Kelce are freaking insane. But this roster is not that good. It's really top heavy. It's just 3 studs. Then you got Tyron, Chris Jones, Frank Clark. Some of the O linemen individually are good, but it's 50-50. A lot of these people either don't have the chemistry or just haven't been starters for very long. There's no way I'd bet that they're going undefeated, and I'd bet they do pretty underwhelming for the first 6 weeks of the season, as I said, with that O-line, just getting adjusted. You can't have that many people changing positions and changing teams and be completely fine. So my overall thoughts and opinions are they're going to obviously make the playoffs. They're going to go deep into the playoffs. It's just when thinking about DraftKings and maybe trade targets, you see in those first 6 weeks, let's say Tyreek and Kelsey aren't doing so hot, trade for them on the low. Once that O line fixes itself and gets the kinks worked out, they'll be back to normal. But really try to take advantage of the fact that this is an almost rebuilding super team. They were just in the Super Bowl and they basically just had a whole rebuild. You don't see that very much, like ever. Like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers brought back every single starter and some backups like AB. So yeah, my thoughts are this is obviously still a great team, but they're going to be working out the kinks in the beginning. So if you guys like the video, please drop a like, leave a comment. You guys have been doing freaking amazing with the comments. I love reading through them and responding. I've seen all the ones that tell me I look like Darnold or that I'm filming in like a pantry and some shit. Yes, guys, the green screen actually came today. I'm going to be installing it, so you will not have to see all this shit behind me. But yeah, if you liked it, drop that comment, drop that like, sub to us. We're closing in on 100 subs. You boys have been amazing so far. I think we're at 79 at the recording right now. I love it, guys. I freaking love it. Me and Richie are so happy about this. Like, we're happy that we're able to do this this summer. Make videos for you guys. We're gonna be cranking out some in-person ones too, some more conversational type podcast stuff. It'll be a fun little summer. So yeah, stay tuned, sub, turn post notifications on, and I'll catch you boys later. Peace.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.